Hey guys, welcome back to another Invincible video. I know it's been a minute since I posted one. This one has been the hardest one to get out, and at this point, I'm just kind of thinking to just do it, and whatever happens, happens. So if you guys hear some background noise, wash machine, something, I'm just leaving it in, and I'm just going to upload this raw. That's pretty much why this has been taking a minute, because it's either been, you guys don't know this, but I'm sitting in front of a window, so it's either been a car driving past you too loud, or something in my house going off right now, like the washing machine's going off, and then the clothes are being washed, and the wash machine gets too loud, and I'm just like, oh my god, another noise. At this point, I'm just reading this one, and I'm going to post it. So apologies if you hear anything weird. Right now, it just could be the wash machine. I don't know. So without further ado, let's get into issue 21 of Invincible. All right, so we start off in Midnight City, 4:17 p.m. A woman is being chased through a dark alley. She's saying, "No, stay back." She trips and falls and turns to look at her attacker and says, "Please, just leave me alone. I mean it. You lay one hand on me and I'll cut it off. I'm not scared of you." Just then Darkwing lunges at her and says, "You will be." Over at the Pentagon, Robot checks in on Black Samson and his other teammate, whose name I don't really remember. The other teammate wakes up and says, "It's good to see you, man. Thanks for coming by. I suppose our fearless leader couldn't be bothered to pay us low-tier guardians a visit, huh?" Robot says, "The Immortal is a very busy man." "Forget that. The man is a grade A jerk. He probably doesn't even realize we were hurt. I tell you, Robot, I wasn't around until after Immortal replaced you, but I've seen you in action, and you're twice the leader he was. The way you guide us out there, you really help out. The Immortal just does what he does. He fights the battles for us. That's no leader, not in my book." "I understand your frustration," Robot says. "How are you doing? You seem to be in fairly good condition." "I'm good. I'm going to be out of here in a couple days. Not our boy Black Samson, though. They say he may be a vegetable, and that's if he ever wakes up." Robot says, "That's unfortunate. I've got to meet with Donald in a couple minutes. I'll come back to see you before I go." Robot runs into Donald and calls out to him, "Donald?" "Ah, Robot, I thought I had missed you." "Not at all. I was just making my way over here. You want to go to your office?" "That would probably be best. Follow me." In Donald's office, they begin their meeting. "So what can I do for you, Robot?" "It's Monster Girl, sir. Her condition is not improving. Quite the opposite, actually. She's getting younger by the day. The rest of the team can't see it, but my sensors are quite advanced, and I detect the changes in her. Her condition is only going to worsen with every use of her power. I know she wouldn't have it, but I'm moving for it. I'm moving for a leave of absence for her. At least until we can figure something out. Weren't you doing something to solve her problem? What kind of progress have you made with that? Virtually none. Her transformations are magical in nature. That is something I'm not programmed to comprehend. Well, until her situation becomes visually clear to us, we're not going to be able to do anything. She's one of our most valuable team members. Cecil won't release her. I'm sure of it. Can I speak to Cecil directly? Unfortunately, he's in the middle of something right now. And we see Cecil with a bunch of, well, a big team. I don't know if they're scientists or not, but he's in a command center of sorts. And he says, I need you to run an errand for me. Midnight City. We abandoned it when it became overrun after the Midnight Magician cast it in perpetual darkness. It's a no man's land. Volunteer cops, no government, and the policy has been to act like it never existed. The policy is changing. The press shined a spotlight on it and nothing came up roses. Now the president is making it priority one to retake that enchanted metropolis. We're putting together a game plan now. Our man from the inside is reporting multiple Darkwing sightings. This isn't like that Red Rush fiasco in Russia. This is the real thing. And just then Cecil gets interrupted. Sir, Code 9, switch to Monitor 12. Hold on a second. Oh, false alarm. The Immortal is already on scene. Okay, I'm back. Sorry for the interruption. So what I need you to do is go to Midnight City today and meet up with this new Darkwing and try and get some information about the city. See if you can get him to contact me. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page when the president tries to reclaim the city. Got it? And we see it's Mark on the other end in class, and he says, yes, sir, out loud. And his professor responds to his yes, sir, saying, what was that, young man? Do you have something you'd like to add to my lecture? Sorry, sir, I was just agreeing with you. Really? Which part were you agreeing with? All of it. The whole thing. Well, if in the remainder of my lecture there is anything else you agree with, please, I beg you, do it quietly. And someone nearby laughs. Over at the dorms, Mark and William are talking as Mark puts on his superhero costume. And Mark says, I'm worried. I haven't heard from her since she came to visit. You know, when I ditched her to go fight that big robot thing, she thinks I left her alone and ran for the hills. I've called Amber every day for 2 weeks. I don't know what else to do. I'm worried that it's over. Well, she is at college now. I'm sure she's got all kinds of other guys around to keep her busy. And Mark turns around, upset. Was that too insensitive? Yeah, that was too insensitive, wasn't it? I'm I'm sorry. Yeah, thanks for that. I'm going to go beat the crap out of a bunch of bad guys now. I hope. Tell Eve I said, oh, sorry. I forgot that she dumped you, jerk. Over at Angstrom's hideout with the Mahler twins, Angstrom arrives and says, what did you want? You said you had some news. Yes, Angstrom, I have news. Good news. My clone and I are done. We have but a few minor components to get tonight, and then we'll be ready to start the procedure. We ran out of transistors and need a few more before we can link all the machines in the various dimensions. That is good news, Mahler. You just need to start gathering your duplicates here and at the other sites. We could be ready to go as soon as tomorrow morning. I'll get started at once, Angstrom says. Back with Invincible, he's flying through the air, searching for Darkwing. I don't know. I've been here for hours. I'm not seeing any sign of the guy. You sure this isn't a hoax like that Red Rush thing? Cecil says over the earpiece. Not according to my sources. Whoa, hold on. I think I see him, Invincible says. And he lands on a rooftop right behind Darkwing, with Darkwing standing over two dead bodies. Invincible says, Darkwing, I presume. Nice place you got here. Lots of shade. Darkwing turns around surprised. What do you want? Invincible approaches and says, secrets to immortality. You got any pointers? I don't. Oh, you think I'm him, don't you? I'm simply continuing the legacy, Darkwing says. I was Night Boy, his assistant. Assistant? You mean sidekick? We don't use that term. It's demeaning. Good one, really. Oh, wait, you're serious. And Darkwing just looks angry. Oh, geez, are those guys... I mean, I thought they were just knocked out. They're not. And he interrupts and says, dead? Yes. I was too late to save them. Save them? Who attacked them? And up here? And why were you just standing there when I got here? Darkwing looks bothered by his questions. Invincible says, why aren't you going after the bad guy? What's going on here? You're asking too many questions. And Darkwing lunges at Invincible, and Invincible says, well, give me at least one answer. Why are you attacking me? Am I missing something here? And Cecil says over the earpiece, it's him, Mark. He's the one who killed them. The kids lost it. Take him down. Man, that's embarrassing. Got you. Will do. And, well, Night Boy. I'm just keep calling him Darkwing. Darkwing says, talking to yourself? Figures. Crazy must run in the family. As he tosses a gadget at Invincible to wrap him up. I don't know what those are called. And Invincible says, I'm not the one up here killing guys. Did you really expect that to do something? And Darkwing comes from behind and kicks Invincible in the back. And he says, yes, distract you. Invincible gets up saying, I felt that. What gives? Aren't you just a normal guy like the original? Not quite, Darkwing says. My predecessor was developing this micro-thin exoskeleton before your father killed him. It's quite useful, but that's just the beginning of my powers. As he appears to walk right into the darkness on the wall. See, as he appears from another wall. See, I'm far from a normal guy. He punches Invincible in the face. And Invincible responds with, I said I felt that, not that it hurt. Don't get too carried away, okay? In fact, I think I'll put a stop to that right now. And he grabs Darkwing's wrist. And Darkwing responds by saying, good idea. And he pulls Invincible into the darkness with him. Darkwing says, I'm going to leave you here to rot, meddler. Invincible looks around and says, at least tell me where here is. He's still holding on to Darkwing's wrist. Darkwing starts punching Invincible, saying, let me go. Invincible says, why? So you can leave me here? Are you stupid? I'd hit you back, but I'm afraid I'd kill you. You don't understand. This is the Shadowverse. There are things here, dark things. We can't even see them. We can't linger here. They could be on top of us and we wouldn't even know it until it was too late. Well, it looks to me like you've got a decision to make. I gotta say, whatever's in here, I think I've got a much better chance of surviving it than you do. So I don't really care what you decide, truth be told. And Darkwing looks surprised, looks around, and considers his options. Invincible says, well, Wingy, what's it going to be? And Darkwing gives up and he says, come on. And he walks Invincible out of the darkness. And Invincible, on the way out, says, you better hurry. I think I heard something. So on the outside, Darkwing says, so now what? Now I'm taking you in. And as he flies away carrying him, he says, don't worry though. I'll make sure you're put in an extremely well-lit cell, you psycho. And Cecil says over the earpiece, good one, Mark, and nice job. We lost contact with you for about 3 minutes. Where were you? I'll tell you about it when I get back to the Pentagon. Sounds good. I'm going to dispatch a team to take care of those stiffs. I'll see you when you get here. Okay, I'll see you in a few minutes. Who are you talking to? Darkwing says. Shut up or I'll drop you. Back at the Pentagon, Mark is catching Cecil up on everything that happened. And Cecil says, completely black? You couldn't see anything? We could see each other just fine, but nothing around us. It was like we were on a different frequency than the other things in that dimension. It was pretty wild. You did good, kid, as usual. Aside from taking a minute or two to realize he was the bad guy. And we see Darkwing being taken away in handcuffs. And Invincible says, well, I've had a lot on my mind lately. Girl trouble. I'm sure you don't want to hear about it. At my age, you'd be surprised. And over the intercom, we hear, Cecil Stedman, please report to Control Center C. Invincible says, I've got to be going anyway. I've got classes tomorrow. Later, Cecil says, I'm sure you'll be hearing from me. Over at Control Center C, Cecil arrives and says, okay, people, what have we got? Over here, sir, one of the employees says, it's the Mahler twins. They escaped from Stronghold Penitentiary months ago, and we've been unable to locate them until now. Any idea what they're up to? We ran a back check on this location, and they've been there practically every day since they escaped. They're definitely up to something. An interesting side note to this is that authorities were unable to decipher how they escaped. There were no signs of escape. They just vanished. For now, we watch. Stick to this location like glue. I don't want to tip our hand until we know what they're doing. Alert me immediately if there are any developments. Yes, sir, Mr. Stedman. And then over at a random high-rise elsewhere in the city, we see robots arriving in what looks like a secret base. And he comes in and kneels before something in the center of a platform, I think. And as his chest opens up, we hear a voice say, okay, robot, let's get started. As we see a deformed figure in a pod with a lot of things attached to it. Looks like he's about to do some modifications on the robot. All right. I'm gonna stop there. That's the end of that issue. Hopefully this video, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and hopefully the background noise wasn't too much. I know for you guys, this will be the first time going through this, but I've actually read through this one particular chapter so many times because something's always gone wrong. Like I said earlier, it was different cars in the background, some loud noise or something. And at this point, I was just like, I just need to do it, upload it. So hopefully it's not too bad. And I'll see you guys in the next issue. Peace.